Guys, welcome to the channel. Dude, I almost said welcome to Bazaar, but that's a joke apart. That's from the other videos that I make from the Bazaar, which, by the way, take a little step back before I say and start ranting. That is my expertise. But before I say anything, please, if you have a little time, go watch and check out my Bazaar videos. If you're into auto chess games like TFT, check it out. I promise you will like it. Yeah, bro, because I play TFT. If you guys don't know, that's League of Legends TFT. And I actually enjoy that game a lot. Bazaar, Rainad, whatever, from Hearthstone. Anyways, guys, this is for the White Forest boys. The reason I'm making this video is because Justice Hunter is gonna come out in a few it's like in a month and a half. It's gonna come out in August, right? So we have like a month and a half left before this comes out, unless the product gets pushed back. Like, what was that? It got pushed back. Was it Justice Hunter? Am I losing my mind? Is Justice Hunter is where the Orcus monsters come out? No. I'm thinking of Battle of Legends. This is where the Orcus monsters come on. Anyways, before Justice Hunter gets pushed back, so this is for the White Forest boys. I want to give you guys a little insight on what is going to happen when this set comes out. Guys, if you don't know, the meta is going to change a lot. When I mean a lot, it's going to be a lot. Because we're going to be entering Tier Laments format again. Not really. Tier Laments is fucking cancer. To put it in simple terms. But essentially, people are going to play in turn 0 now. And without getting into the nitty-gritty details of how the deck works, UB being excluded, and I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of the decks that are winning right now, which is Vanquish Soul, Yummy, Malice, Sky Striker, Draco Tail. Okay, Vanquish Soul, this is, by the way, this is K9 Vanquish Soul, but for some reason it just says Vanquish Soul. Vanquish Soul, I don't know why. Because K9 is basically a Sand Engine. But the point is being, the decks that are going to come out in Justice Hunter right here, which is Dracotail, K9, and Yummy. Two of these decks play in your turn. Yeah, just like fucking Havnis. It's not gonna be as bad because except for K9, because K9 can do it with one card. This deck requires it's basically a 2-card combo. This is why it's not on par with the best deck. Yummy is a good deck, but Yummy feels like it's playing shit, I forget what the deck calls it. Link ones are just really bad for the game. Apparently this is how, look at this shit. This shit is cute as hell, and it's like the second best deck, as you can see here. But again, I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty details on what these decks do exactly, but they play on your turn. What that means is on how they play on your turn is that they're basically gonna do spot removal on your turn, which is really bad for the decks in the meta because they need to link off or XYZ off into X thing, right? No pun intended. But you guys are gonna see that the meta is gonna change a lot, and this is without not me taking into account with Mitsurugi being in the meta, which, by the way, Mitsurugi is a TCG alien concept, which, by the way, this hasn't happened in a while. Like, TCG exclusive deck being as good as it is in the meta, that is going to define the next set, because I'm pretty sure if Mitsurugi is as prevalent as it is now coming into this chart, this is going to change a lot, unless some people fucking invent some Vanquish Soul Mitsurugi shit. This might be like half and half. We really don't know yet, because Mitsurugi doesn't actually die too bad to spot removal. They can still Murakumo you to they can still ritual pop your board even if you're trying to do the Vanquish Soul combo on them, or even the Draco Tail combo on them. They'll discard a card from your hand too. Like, if you start out Mitsurugi Ritual, it's not that bad. So this might change a lot, which in part it's bad because Droll is still gonna be in the meta, which I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna show you a few deck lists, but just know that our deck list. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you in simple terms. I'm gonna give you the good news and the bad news. The good news is, boys, we're still in it, right? 4% White Forest. You see it right there, and you can see 11 White Forest tops, which are 1 Pure 1 Fiendsmith, 1 Snake Eyes. I'll show you a build right now, and it's on par with Luna Knight, and it's on par with K9 Christian, which is okay. Shout out to Yazim, by the way. It's I don't want to say it's mid, but that's really the term. Sorry, guys. Come on, I'm a White Forest player. It hurts, but White Forest is mid, which is good because you can still compete with a deck. Like it's still like on par with Dracotail. By the way, basically in terms of percentages, it's actually not far bad behind Malage. But this is from June 6th. This is actually pretty fresh, by the way. This is from May 24th through June 6th. I saw one of this. Maybe it's below here actually, where there's a chart that says Malice is on top. Oh yeah, this is the one that I was talking about. But still, this is like it's like a small, how do I say, pool size. This is like the whole pool size up here. So yeah, the deck that we play, again, this is the bad news and the good news. Again, we still have good percentages, but the bad news is we still have low percentages, lower than we have before. The good news is our deck is still the same, and I say that's a good thing because we don't have to get any cards. Our deck just stays the same or entails with the same cards. I'm going to show you the build, and not only am I going to show you a build, I'm going to show you my personal build for the next format, so you guys can get a little bit of insight for what I play. A little spicy shit, by the way, but you're going to see the cards that are played and not played that you should be taking out of your decks that you're playing right now, which literally my Foolish Burial Goods video did not age well because that card is basically not going to be played because there's better cards. One of the most important things that I want to say is like Thrust isn't a god card in our deck now, because if people are going to be playing on your turn, that means they have monster cards on their field and they've essentially activated a monster card. What does that mean? You can thrust them. And apart from Yummy, maybe Malice not that much, but apart from Yummy, our deck has like one card combo cards into the form of spell cards, right? So we can search like cards like Terraforming, Foolish Burial Goods, which are absolutely crazy board breakers and starters, right? So like Thrust is like I don't want to say must main. I'm going to show you the must main card right now, and if they're doing it, it's because of there's a reason why they're doing this, by the way. But I'm going to show you a little bit. By the way, the point of this deck is not for me to make you go into the new decks and switch you over, but this is what you're going to be looking at. By the way, one main deck shifter next meta is basically I don't want to see this anymore. Throw it in the trash. You're going to see something though. Peruli is like very predominant, which is bad for us, but the format is going to be basically like, if they, of course they have Maxi, but people are going to play triple Fuelos and triple Perulia next time, or next format. By the way, guys, Perulia, a next format, you can literally pitch it on your turn, and if your opponent tries to like interrupt you with K9 Vanquish Soul, you can literally draw 3 cards, right? So like Perulia is like a really good card, and Fuelos, you can like, the simple fact you can use the Charmies on your turn, first turn, that's pretty fucking good, right? Like these cards are just like god cards. Not only that, if you're pulling full willows as you're playing first turn, they do it to you. You have to concede basically giving them cards, because you're not only just gonna give them cards that they can play on their turn. Nah, man, you're giving them cards that they can play on your turn. So you gotta make best sure that if you even give them a 1 card, you gotta make sure you're doing like some sort of like super good combo midway, right? This is why I say like you guys are gonna see that you're gonna have to incorporate, this is like small segue, that you need to incorporate woes into your deck now, because if they fucking full loose you can't just expect to go like Ruseli, even RCLA. You're just gonna go woes and call it a fucking day. So yeah, that's Vanquish Soul K9. This is Yummy. Fuck, I forgot the name of the deck. Patch, it's kids, it's prank kids. So this deck essentially plays a lot like prank kids. Yeah, it's like, bro, you look at this thing and you're basically you feel like you're gonna die to cuteness. How could you possibly die against 9 level 1 monsters? It makes no sense, right? But the deck is pretty good. Like, no, like, look at this shit, dude. Death by kitties. So it's just like Yummy, Vanquishals, and Dracotail. Yeah, that's it. Right? Oh, and Malice is really good too. But this is gonna be, is this the Asian? Oh, this is one of the most read-ins deck lists for White Forest. Listen, don't take this too much to heart because we don't have original Sisful spoils. But this is like a good, how do I say, daydream if we had original Sisful spoils. Maybe we'll get it back in the future and we can play this deck. But for now, like, but for now we can't. But just so you know, like, this is like Asian English ban list, which I don't know why they all have their own ban list, but apparently they could use Maxi 3. Look at this shit. This oh no, this dumb. I was gonna say this dumbass to play Maxi, but look at this. Look at that shit. This is word or card by card same deck. Look at this. I think it's like copy for copy. Are they playing like a different card? They're not, bro. It's like the same deck. Holy, that's scary. Even the same side deck. Okay. But yeah, Wood Force. But it's just me to mention you like this is like possible in another realm. Which, by the way, Wood Forest is, I don't want to say it has a higher ceiling in OCG. Baron, that's kind of cool. They have Baron, which is like a really good card. So I was gonna say it's not. They don't play Chaos Engines. What I want to get to, they just play floor because it's a superior card. This is Asian English too, by the way. Just ignore it. But you know, it's really good too. To feel like our deck in some sort of realm or in some alternate universe, like in some Flash shit. Imagine just Flash plays White Forest and he like, fuck this shit. Let's go back in time and bring OSS back. This is what would happen, essentially. There's a Fiendsmith White Forest. The guy didn't upload his deck list, which is kind of saddening because this is good info because we want to see if we're going to play Fiendsmith in the future. Orcus, by the way, I want to play that deck. We got Draco Tail, Vanquish Soul, whatever. Okay, here we go to the goo. This is basically post Justice Hunter deck list that this is basically going to be our build. And you guys are going to see something. It's not a spoiler because we're already here. You're going to see all of them play Super Poly. And that is basically the card we're going to be playing now, right? Super Poly apparently is very good. Apparently not. It's really good. And if your opponent tries to play on your turn, especially Draco Tail, there's going to be some really good scenarios where you can go into synchros or into your extra deck with Super Poly that not only stops their game plan, but it prolongs yours. Like you could go like Garura, break their board, and like synchro off into Chaos Angel, which we don't have, but they have Baron. But you know what I mean. And draw a card. So basically, your Super Poly cracks their board not only on your first turn, but on their second turn. Like you going second, so it's like a really good card. This guy's not playing Black Hole's Laugh, which kind of makes me think like people are going to like full on YOLO, going like triple Super Poly, triple Black Hole's Laugh. It's like a little bit dense. I don't know. This guy isn't playing Debtors, which I'm playing, but you're gonna see they dropped Astellar completely, but they kept Rusia. And this is very important. Yeah, you have to play Rusia because if they go like K9 combo and clear your board, and one of the worst things they could do to you if they know how to play against White Forest is essentially they pop your level 4 tuner. You literally can't play accordingly or like efficiently if they pop you correctly. So you can always go like Rusia into Azamina Stellar. Azamina LZ, sorry. Into Azamina LZ, and you can still synchro off. So even if you go like Astellar, search Sylvie, and Sylvie searches field spell card, you can still go like, and you have one of these in your field, in your hand, you can go like special some of this, and you search Rusia, you can special some of this, and you can just still go like full combo. Like you need these cards. They play through your opponent's board like really good. This is gonna change because they do play Maxis, dude. This mentality is like you have to play triple Folos, and like if Droll is still not as prevalent as a meta, it's still gonna be played, but it's like not 3 in main deck. Who knows? We got to see how good Mitsurugi is because this card doesn't do too much against the other meta. It does a lot into Vanquish Soul. I don't know. They can still play without it. It's a good card. But with Mitsurugi, maybe it's played at 3. Who knows? But you're still gonna play like triple Fulos, triple Ash, and triple Perulia, because bro, like of course we don't have XC. Cry. But yeah, you can see like they play Woes, still play Curse. We still playing Imperm. I don't know about Imperm. It really depends on how much you're running into Ryzo, especially since they're running Onomat Ryzo. This is funny, bro. Apparently, not Jaden. Whatever the protagonist for the archetype came a long way. Bro, I hate this. Fucking Shifter. Why is everybody playing Shifter 1? Dude, I don't know. Apparently, they're really scared against the other decks. This guy isn't playing main deck. But whatever. Yeah, this is one of the other deck lists. Apparently, this guy took a photo. Shout out to him because this gives me a little more of the personal vibe perspective. This is really good. I like seeing my cards in personal and raw, bro. This like photo, this hits harder. Especially looking at the white not the original, the reprinted one, which looks sexy as hell. Pause, by the way. I'm not gooning the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, not now. But this guy isn't playing Dutchers either. What the hell is this card? Because this is a Sinful Spoil card. What the hell is this? I think this is Morgan. I'm pretty sure this is Morgan. So they played Morgan and Woes, which isn't really confusing. These cards are really good, and Woes is even like a god card. Because Book of Moon is like really good. Some people use like Book of Eclipse in this meta. It's like really good. He's playing a Ghostmourner, which sells a lot because they don't have Mitsurugi, and this card apparently sees play. He's playing the Thrust, and like I said, Thrust is a god card. They have talents too. Do they have talents too in the OCG? Huh? I thought they had it at one just like us. Well, they do have 2 Call by the Grave. This is crazy, bro. Imagine they do have Joel in the meta. You're gonna see a lot too that I don't want to say all the decks, but White Forest, actually, a lot of them use board breakers, which is like on contrary to what OCG is opposed to doing. I guess the decks in the OCG don't put up like crazy boards where they don't like to die to Lightning Storm and Raigeki, so this is like really good. So you can just clear their board or just evenly. It's like they can play on your turn, but it's not like they leave like Omni negates like crazy, which it gives credit to White Force, because White Force does put up 2 Omni negates in the OCG because they have Baron. Yeah. As you can see here, where the hell is this bitch? She's right here in Chaos Angel. Right, so you can just like double Omni negate, which is really good. If everybody's on board breakers and you can double Omni negate, that's really good. And there was another deck list, a White Forest deck list here. What the hell is it? Ooh, shout out to fucking Mermail, dude. I don't know how that deck made it this far, bro. It's really doing it. We have Prosperity here. This is crazy, bro. This is some Thanos shit, like forget the damn rules or Frieza type of shit. There's no way I'm banishing any of these cards in a realistic duel. Like, maybe if I don't draw, bro, there's no way. There's no way. I'm only doing for 3. That's for 3 cards. Is it really that worth it? I'd rather just play like chicken game or some shit. There's no way, man. But everything else is standardized. What I've seen is they do play one Droll along with Nobleman Crossout, because the Droll is still played enough where you can, or it's good enough where you can just keep one main deck and have it on par with Nobleman Crossout. Which this card is always good on White Forest because you can just pitch it. Like, this card's great. No Morgan, just Woes, which is what everybody's doing. This guy has Scepters. There's no Thrust. There's one in the side deck. That's it. I think that's the most important details. No Astellar. See double as an Zet. Yeah, it's pretty standardized. So dude, and most OCG players, I guess this guy's on 40. This guy, there's like a fucking golden rule. They still play this mentality where 40 is they cut all the cards. They don't give a okay. So it's like 41. 42, maybe they go a little bit, but they don't go over 42. Fucking TCG, they go 44, 45. They rather just go high ceiling, which is like a general consensus. Like, people just like basically like invisible handshake that we're just playing like all the engine cards in our deck. We just don't care about bricking. It's okay. Like 40, I guess 44 should be the medium here in TCG. You can cut it at 40. But generally speaking, you have to cut like a lot of cards. Like, what are you cutting from this? You're cutting 1 ounce Dominion side, which is like really good against the meta, like as an extender, right? What are you running? What are you cutting these hand traps? This guy's playing 2 Foils, right? Like, that's how much he's like cutting off from this. He cut Terraforming off, which is I don't know. That's crazy. He plays double Droplet, which we don't need to do. I think if we have the ability to play 3 of these, and this is a better card, we just always play 2 of this. But yeah, that's everything. This set comes out. When the hell does this comes out? If it's not pushed back, it's 7th. So it's July 30. So it's bound to come out in a month and some change. But yeah, okay, guys, I'm gonna give you a quick debt list. Let's fucking transfer this into to fucking Shadow Realm, whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna put the fucking camera on my board. Give me 1 second. Man, I can't believe I did this first try. That's fucking crazy. I usually have to set up that camera for fucking 20 minutes in a row. Anyways, I'm not gonna give you a side deck. Of course, we're gonna do that in the near future because again, we don't know what's gonna be super predominant. But I'm just gonna give you the quick deck list. This deck list has 50 cards, by the way. This is like my own mentality because you know I just like to keep it spicy. But really, you can cut the cards out to like 44, 45, 44, so you can like keep it optimally to what's against the meta. But it's like we can make those decisions later. It doesn't really matter too much. But I played 3 Sylvie because this is still your baby girl. Doesn't matter what happens. Guys, this is a card that baits out most hand traps. You always play this first, like no matter what. Sylvie goes first, and then Lucia. Like I said, this card's really good because if you go like Sylvie and you search, guess I'm gonna do it right now because Yu-Gi-Oh. If you search Tails and your opponent goes like, I don't want that guy to resolve Tails because he'll get Alzette and he can still play because Alzette will get Lucia and he still combo me. They'll like remove this. And you still have like Lucia in your deck so you can actually play, right? If you manage to go like white, if you get to manage to go into another body, you don't have to worry about not playing without that tuner, if that makes sense. Which is a problem you did have before, but you weren't worried because you weren't worried about people playing on your turn 0, right? Now you have to worry about that. Listen to that, man. 3 Alzette, best girl, and then 3 Alzette as Amina, best girl. So they're all best girls. So yeah, and 3 field spell cards, 1 Tails, and 1 Sinful, and 1 Woes. Yeah, I was playing Morgan. This should be Morgan, or not should, but you know, it's better now. Morgan is better before this or before the format comes out because you only need to resolve a little bit, right? But since next format, you can't. If they, like I said earlier, if they Mo Charming you can't give them a card, bro. Just set this and call it a day. And it goes harder because you can book a boo them, and like search follow up. Basically, you don't have to like sit on a 1 card book a moon, right? Which only works on normal and special summons too. So it doesn't work on normal summons. So this works on everything, right? So you don't actually have to let your opponent play, especially with Yumi, which is really important. And the Diabell Star package. This is crazy because if you manage to like let your opponent pop your board, this card goes crazy. So, but you guys know what these cards do, like especially since again, I guess this is a little bit why this deck still has a better ceiling over there, because if they still play on your turn 0, you can still like, you don't have this ability now, but you can pop their cards on their turn and this resolves, and you can like do it twice basically, within the first turns. And yeah, like resolving this card twice is like really good. And then for the Diabell Star package, we play 1 Witch, 3 Wanted, which they can't do, so it's just like 3 Wanted, 1 Deception, right? And I'm playing this card, which is I think a lot of people don't like playing this, but in the next format, you're going to be basically throwing cards at your opponent, and when your field resolves, you're gonna be able to like because what you're gonna try to do is like bait your opponent's interactions with your entire hand except with the field spell card. That's why that's the best card in your deck. But after you resolve the field spell card, you can't go Deception into your Azamina Futures, right? So you just search this. And this card's crazy because that format might be like a back and forth meta. So this gets your Omni-Negate back on the clapback, which is really good. And then Wild Hallowed, obviously, best cardo. And then for hand traps, when the good Charmies, I don't want to say the good Charmies, fucking Meows is good too, but you know, these cards are just crazy next meta. And then 3 Ash, which is really good against the Mul Charmies. And then 1 Nibiru, 1 Troll. You don't have to play this Nibiru just like playing it for the 50th card. I guess not really. Mitsurugi stays in the meta. I I think it might impact a lot of players to actually play a little bit more aggressive with their deck list, because Mitsurugi is like crazy. Like it might impact it enough where some people might play first game like super crazy, and they can like eat this. Remember, this deck doesn't have I can't play turn 0 basically, so at least I can have Nibiru in my deck where they're scared enough to like not actually overextend in that form. You can cut it off, and that would be your 49th card. But you know, we do play like that, and I actually do like that mentality. I think it was in Mitsurugi they do it a lot, but they do it a lot because they can search it off the rank 4, but they always play like 6 more Charmies in this one, in the Rocco. But yeah, 3 Imperm to run it off. This card is better in the TCG because Razio can spit out Detonator easier, basically. The deck isn't as crippled as it is in the TCG, in the OCG. So this card is just way better. And then, like I said, two Thrust and 1 Guts, because I don't want to play 3 of this, because you want to play 3 of... You actually need to play, so your opponent tries to interrupt you, right? So you, like, it's like 2 and 1, because this actually is a starter. So you like actually incentivize your opponent to interact with you, right? Because if not, it's whatever. And then 1 call by and 1 thrust, 1 talent. These cards don't feel weird because you gotta understand, fucking OCG has double of this and then double of that. So it's like if you have like 4 of these, it's like basically playing the same thing, and like this is just a target. I don't play Terraforming. I rather just play this, because if you do draw the field spell card, then this doesn't do anything. But if you have this in the deck, you can thrust into this and then go dump Black Gold's laughs. And this is essentially the field spell card. And why? It's because you'll end up always most of the time searching a white witch Diabell anyways. So this searches it anyways. So it's like the same card essentially. And then 3 Super Poly. It's like I said, this card is gonna be played at 3, no matter what. So, and then 1 Crossout Designator, which is, I guess, goes in par with this. It's crazy, bro. OCG has double Call by the Grave, double talents, and 1 Designator. I guess it's like we're fucking slowly but surely becoming them. And then 1 Black Gold's laughs. So yeah, you can always like, maybe it's the best point of action if you're trying to like break a really heavy board. You can like thrust into Black Gold's laughs and then just like discard it with Super Poly. And then you can do like the regular board breaker thing that everybody wants to do, or the people who are playing triple Black Gold's laugh or Super Poly, you're still doing it anyways. Bad thing is you can't shotgun it. Like you can't go like, okay, I'll fuse your shit away and then put the shit in the graveyard's cost, and then like a whole lot of shit happens where your opponent can't do anything. And then for this, I'll go to the extra deck really quick. It doesn't really change much. You just have to put the Super Poly targets, but it's fine. This is interesting though. A lot of people don't play this, even though they do play Super Poly main deck in the OCG. But of course I'm playing it, right? Especially since we have 3 Super Polys. You might run out of targets, or might run out of or appropriate targets, because you can like Garura them once, but then the second Super Poly is like, what the hell do I fuse with this? And you can actually just go into like your regular ones, right? You can just like, because this always fuses no matter what, right? Because it uses spellcasters. You can always Sylvie back something in Super Poly with Shirozo. Super something always through Shirozo. Yeah, it's like that. And then for the rest of the fusions, 1 Murcielago, 1 Sol, I'm not fucking spelling that, and 1 more Regina, 1 Saint Azamina, 1 Chimera, and 1 Ilya Sylvie. So it's like this is very heavy, but these are your, bro, these are like, especially this card. This card is like super good next format. Like all of them play this card. Like all the list majority play this card because of how good it against like the floodgate effect is. So yeah, that's it for the fusions. And then Chaos Angel, damn dude, rip my girl Barone, bro. One Chaos Angel, one Diabolic Queen of the War. Which one are Ciela? One Silvera, one Poplar, and one Vengeance Dragon. That's it. Yeah. What you took out of the extra deck was SP and fuck, was the other card? It was SP and the level 11. Bro, I fucking forget the name of that card. But I'm gonna be completely honest. If you have better chances of breaking your opponent's board next format, Super Poly is already good. So, like, if it's really that predominant where your opponent is playing turn 0 and it's that useful in the OCG, then maybe it'll work out okay. Who knows? No, it's really gonna work out. Super Poly is like really good, man. Especially just you can always interact with your Sylvie on when you're breaking their board, because you can go into Shirozo. So you can, like, the simple fact you can go like Sylvie and have this in hand, and like threatening like full combo is like crazy. Yeah, so this card is absolutely insane. And your deck always has like recursiveness in terms of like card quantities. Like you can just always like wanted bat a card, just hollowed back if you ever need to pitch for Super Poly for free, basically. You don't have like a Sylvie in circulation. But yeah, guys, I hope you liked the video. So I do have a lot of hope for this deck, because this is what I call a sleeper deck. Sleeper deck in the sense that this deck is like really good going first, really good. So even more in the OCG, because like I said before, it puts double Omni Negates. But this deck is really good in the it's gonna be really good in the meta, especially since people are like going to be, I don't want to say mentally prepared because that's vague, but this deck has really niche things where like small pops don't actually do anything to it when you go second, because the card since you have so many engines in your deck, like your opponent has to know what cards you have in your hand to know which cards to hit, and they'll never know that. Like they'll never know if you have like a good field spell card and as a Minel Zed, like you have so much gas in your hands breaking boards. Like if they misjudge what to pop, you're automatically gonna win from the spot, because it's like it's gonna generate too much advantage in a like they will know. Bottom line is they won't know where to choke point you, because all the cards in your extra deck are basically threats, especially since you can spit out an Omni Negate. If your opponent's literally drilling on himself before you activate Hollow, and he doesn't decide to activate his cards, then you're just win, bro. Especially like the cards you have breaking boards. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. When the new cards come out, I'll make sure to do a deck update, especially with the Orca shit coming out in what is it called? Battles of Legends Mayhem, whatever it's fucking called, which got pushed back. Yeah. What is it? Tuesday. Guys, keep having a good week. Love you guys, and peace.